And you know the difference between getting together and having a good discussion and having a luncheon meeting or whatever it is, and saying, we've got to do something. And what I'm looking for is a commitment from you. And when I say you, I don't mean just the three of you, but from the cable industry, to say, we're going to do something. And if the response is ducking, and I understand that's easy to do, if the response is ducking, then I think there's likely to be a counter response. To your credit, as I mentioned, you've done some good things. To your credit, you did not oppose having an exemption of the antitrust law. The cable industry did not. And you hired Dr. Gerbner to monitor what you're doing. And I appreciate that. But I think we need more. The broadcast industry, as of right now, is responding more than cable is to this situation. You're a little more diverse. I understand the problems are a little greater. But I think you can be acting, and I'd like to see the three of you help to provide that leadership. Unless Senator Feinstein has any additional questions, we thank you very much for your testimony here today. Our hearing stands adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Working for foreign interest. It's also my understanding that over 100 foreign countries have full-time lobbyists in this town, and over 100 Japanese companies have full-time lobbyists in this town, hiring many former U.S. senators and high-level administrative aides and so on. So I'd like to point out from Mr. Faircloth's statement that this isn't just a problem, I think, with the present administration, with President Clinton. This has been going on for a long time. Absolutely. And I certainly wouldn't want to imply this has just come up with President Clinton.
No.
He may have appointed some people that needed to be researched a little better, but it's been going on a long time.
This is the way it's done. This is the way it's done. I think it looks normal here, but it doesn't look normal back home, right? When you go to Colorado, they see through it, don't they?
I think many of us think it's wrong, grassroots people, and many of us in office here. But frankly, I'm not a constitutional expert. I've heard people say, well, if you tried to put too many limits on what they can do once they're out of office, or once they're out of the administration, that would be tested in courts, it would be declared unconstitutional because in America you have a right to earn a living the way you want, and so on. So I don't know what is going to happen if we put more restrictions on them. But I would like to ask one just specific question on your feeling about NAFTA as it relates to illegal immigration. In California, Arizona, Texas, and New Mexico, we have, as you know, huge numbers of people coming north. They're coming north to try to find a little better lifestyle, to try to find jobs, create some terrific problems for us, as you know, coming from a border state. I'd like to know how we try to stabilize the Mexican economy to create jobs down there so that we slow this illegal immigration problem, and at the same time don't export our factories and jobs down there. How do we help them so that we reach some kind of a economic balance and can move forward some kind of interaction between the countries and manufacturing without, shooting ourselves in the foot in the process?
All right, so let me take them both. Constitutional problem in terms of getting rid of... Now, when speaking for millions of people, and I know I'm speaking accurately, and if I need to back it up, I can back it up, they want to get rid of foreign lobbyists, no ifs, ands, and buts. That is, there are few things more popular out there at the grassroots level other than paying our bills, balancing the budget, and getting our country's financial house back in order. There is zero interest in more fancy spending. You're sensing that, I know, when you go home. Now, let's go to the constitutional problem. If we're getting rid of foreign lobbyists, I'll be glad to pay the lawyers. I will put together your plan that is absolute bulletproof on that issue. That is the biggest, that is even bad whitewash. I love it if that's the best argument they've got, these guys better start digging a deep bunker, because that ain't no argument and at all. Now, let me give you another one. What if I had come in here this morning and said, it's the day after the war in the Middle East? No, I'm going to go to World War II to put because this is not fair to General Schwarzkopf. We put it in historical perspective. It's the day after the war, World War II, and I come before the Senate and say, I feel it is my obligation to tell you, members of this chamber, that General MacArthur has gone to work for the Japanese and General Eisenhower has gone to work for the Germans? What would your reaction be? Treason, right? Treason. Any question? No, to rebuild their military, to rebuild their